Hi Libra, welcome to your August 2021 Astro Update. It's Raina here. So the energy of Leo is very compatible with Libra, forms a sextile. But perhaps even more important than that, it's in a house which is considered the luckiest house, the 11th house. And this is the house where you thrive because it is a house of friendships and group associations. And Libra is one of those signs that not only enjoys socializing, but has a great capacity for, or, I would say talent for being able to, be gracious, have those social graces. And so this is something that can even benefit you professionally if you're doing networking and things like that. So the sun is here as the month begins, as is Mercury. So that can mean a lot of maybe, if this is the house of friends, maybe you're reaching out to your friends to have get-togethers and things like that. If you belong to any groups, communicating with them more than usual. And there's going to be a new moon here on the 8th of August at 16 degrees of Leo. So that may bring new people into your life, new dreams that you are dreaming up, seeds being planted for future goals. And so that's really nice. And on the 11th, Mercury goes into Virgo. So for you, Virgo is this secluded, quiet area of contemplation. It's Pisces domain in the universal chart. In your chart, this is represented by the sign of Virgo. So you already have Mars coursing through here all through the month of August, starting from late in July. Now, Mars may activate this area. So it is possible that during August, you are actively pursuing contemplative things. So, it sounds a little bit contradictory, and maybe it is in a sense, but maybe there's some kind of yoga retreat or meditation retreat that you are immersed in. And certainly this would be a wonderful time for that. When the sun goes into this area, I'll get to that in a second. When Mercury goes into this house, the mind becomes, for lack of a better word, irrational, meaning that it's not focused on mundane things. It's not things. It's not focused on everyday life. It's focused on spiritual matters. It can make you more receptive to receiving messages from the universe. The 12th house can be the Akashic records, the records of everything that has ever happened. So it's kind of a spiritual database, if you will. And this can be for the good, to obtain information for that helps you to understand yourself better from a psychological / spiritual perspective. Sometimes this can bring up past life memories or what have you, and there can be fear attached to it because you're being triggered, but you don't know why. And it might just be from some past life memory that is coming to the surface. But because there's not that conscious connection, it's just coming out as, vague anxieties. Understand if something like this occurs, that this too shall pass, that this is not like your new state of mind. And that's why meditation can be so helpful. And especially Hatha yoga, Hatha yoga in combined with sitting meditation. But because Mars is here and Mars is this physical kind of influence, you may feel very restless and you may feel like, how do I release this energy? And it can be through the spiritual, the asanas, which are different postures in hatha yoga that can actually correspond to physical parts of the body and can help you balance and calm down your nervous system and other things. On the 16th, your ruler, Venus, goes into your sign. So that is so amazing. Libra, Lord knows you love to look good, and Venus can help you to even look better than you typically look. You may be like getting a new hairstyle, buying new clothes, anything to improve your appearance. And this can, whatever it is that a person looks like, when Venus goes into their first house, it can certainly give some kind of a boost to at least their aura. And this can attract others to you. Venus is the attractor. This is your ruler. Now, attracting things can be of a financial variety, other people to you. So if you're looking for work, if you're looking for love, Venus here can make you irresistible. On the 19th, Uranus goes retrograde at 14 degrees of Taurus. For you, Taurus is your 8th house. Whoa. Uranus in the 8th. Wow. How has this manifested for Libra individuals? Well, you may be inexplicably drawn to astrology and the tarot more than would be the norm, maybe for the last couple of years or so, as this transit has been in this house. And with a retrograde, this is going more internally. Uranus is about freedom and nonconformity. The 8th house can be about intimacy, sexual. So, I'll just put it out here for what it's worth. Uranus in the 8th house can make people more experimental about sex. That's more on the mundane level. That's not a spiritual thing. Although I will say, in regards to that, because Uranus is an intuitive sign, and the 8th house can be about transformation, as well as sex, as well as metaphysics and things like that. For those Libra individuals, and especially if you have inner planets in Scorpio, which is the ruler of the 8th house, you may feel drawn to either tantric yoga or any kind of like magical sexual healing practices. There are some that are connected with Chinese medicine, I think, I would say. I don't know them specifically. Yeah. Oh, here's the one, the jade egg. I can't vouch for that, so you're going to have to do your own research on that. But anything that incorporates sex and the opening up of energy and the intuitive or the occult intuitive things. So there's magic associated with something like that. And I do believe it is connected to Chinese medicine, but don't quote me on that. But also, or you're going into like that as a profession, like a sex therapist. But Uranus to me is more of the offbeat types of practices and belief systems. But this is going internal, so beyond just sex, this is about freedom with Uranus and nonconformity. So with Libra, because you are a sign that's associated with relationships, and yet sometimes I sense that some Libra people may have discomfort, may feel uncomfortable about being more intimate with their partner. I'm talking about not just physically, but emotionally. Like you want you want to just keep it light. You don't want the heaviness. The 8th house can be pretty heavy and deep. And this can make you realize that there's freedom in this depth, that you don't have to fear it. So during this retrograde that's lasting until December, really play around with issues connected with intimacy, or it might not even be you playing around with it. It may show up in your reality and you have to reflect upon it. On the 22nd, we have a full moon at 29 degrees of Aquarius. On that same date, the sun goes into Virgo. So the sun goes into your 12th, and that might be your, time to go do a retreat. Full moon, blue moon, 29 Aquarius, final critical degree, fellow air sign in front of you, 5th house, baby. 5th house, what's going on? This is house of love, creativity. This could be brilliant for the birth of a creative project, like coming up with something. This is fertile energy. This is, speaking of that, this is about conceiving children. You had that full moon July 23rd, 24th. Now this one, so perhaps this is kind of like if you were trying to have children, you're going to succeed. I mean, conceive children, or you're trying to help somebody else conceive children. This is when it finally takes. This can also be realizing, even like committing to a partner, even though this is the 5th house of love, but really fully realizing the extent of your love for another person and wanting to take it to the next level, which is the house that you rule, the 7th house. On the 30th, we have Mercury going into Libra, into your sign. You are a great communicator as it is, Libra. Now you have Mercury on your side to help you communicate in the way that you that represents you. So in the 1st house, great for teaching, but especially for promoting yourself to a potential partner, to a potential client, or to the public, to a potential employer. Okay, Libra, that's what I have for you. I hope this resonated. Thanks for listening. And if you would like a personal reading, I do deep dive readings. I'm promoting these, which are double readings, an hour of natal chart interpretation, hour of transits. So 2 hours in total, 88, I believe the price is $88 US dollars. And that is a discount of probably like $22 if you bought those readings separately. So it's a good deal. And it provides a more thorough reading, 2 hours at least in length. And I have other types of readings that you can check out at the link below. Thank you. Take care. Bye.